Since the release of Sid Meier's first Civilization game in 1991, Queen Elizabeth I has been an ever-present leader of the English Civ. Prior to Civilization 6, Elizabeth had appeared in all 5 major installments of the franchise, in addition to the 2 Civilization Revolution spin-offs. However, Elizabeth is yet to feature in the latest installment, which led me to wonder what shape and policies she could take if she was announced in a future DLC. My name is Alex, and in this video I will explore some of the major themes and events of Elizabeth's reign to produce an image of what one of England's most celebrated leaders could look like in Civilization 6. Remember to leave your suggestions and feedback below, and I hope you enjoy the video. Although Elizabeth is not present in the game, the English civilization is. Under Victoria, England is a powerful nation and is well equipped to pursue either a domination or cultural victory. Many of England's unique abilities are not unique to Victoria, and therefore will be carried over to the makeup of Elizabeth's civilization. The British Museum, Sea Dog and Royal Navy Dockyard all return, but Victoria's Pax Britannica is withdrawn. This means that founded or conquered cities on continents other than England's home continent will no longer receive a free unit, and the Redcoat unit will no longer be available. This leaves us multiple slots for Elizabeth to stamp her own mark on the English civilization. Elizabeth's unique ability is Elizabeth Gloriana. The ability focuses on her victory over the Spanish Armada in 1588, as well as the strength and success of her ministers and government. Although her most famous victory was in part influenced by bad decision making on the Spanish side, and the fortunate changing of conditions in favour of the Elizabethan Navy, the English victory over the Armada symbolised the strength of the English Navy, which was to rule the waves for over the next 300 years, and demonstrated how the English nation stood firmly behind their Queen in her time of need. Her speech at Tilbury has gone down in history as a moment where Elizabeth showed herself as a strong and inspirational leader of the English nation. Her strength as a leader and victory over the Armada gives Elizabeth plus 20% ranged and melee strength for all naval units within 3 tiles of her lands when at war with another civilization or city-state, notably discounting the bonus from being effective against barbarians. This combat bonus allows Elizabeth to use her navy to defend not only England's home isles, but also those of the Empire. However, this bonus will not boost the Sea Dog's capability to capture enemy ships. The Sea Dog's ability to capture enemy ships is based on the base range strength of the Sea Dog in comparison to the base melee strength of the enemy ships. If the strength difference is 20 or greater in favour of the Sea Dog, there is a 100% chance of a successful capture. But if there is a strength difference of 20 or greater in favour of the opposition, the chance of capture is 0%. Due to the 20% increase to combat strength being a conditional naval boost and not part of the base strength of the Sea Dog, the ability will not increase the chance of capturing an enemy ship. The second part of Elizabeth's special ability focuses on her government. When studying Elizabeth, one of the key standout areas is the capability of her ministers and strength of her government. Elizabeth's key ministers, including William Cecil and Sir Francis Walsingham, were significant to the success and survival of the Elizabethan regime. William Cecil was a titan of a politician during the Elizabethan era and thrived in posts such as Secretary of State, Lord High Treasurer and Lord Privy Seal. Amongst his greatest achievements are his practical control of state finances, creation of England's intelligence service and the establishment of a moderate English Protestant state. His prominence in the Elizabethan court is also visible through his elevation to title of Baron Burghley in 1571 and the construction of Burghley House between 1555 and 1587. Sir Francis Walsingham, commonly referred to as Elizabeth's spymaster, held significance due to his protection of the Queen. Walsingham is best remembered for his foiling of plots that pose a threat to Elizabeth's life and his destruction of Mary Queen of Scots in 1587. Mary was one of the most dangerous threats Elizabeth ever faced, and Walsingham encouraged and largely created the Babington Plot of 1586 with the sole intention of exposing her treacherous intentions and bringing about her execution. The capabilities of her government reflect in Elizabeth's special ability and grant her an extra wildcard policy slot after researching political philosophy on the civics tree. Although not as powerful as the Greek special ability, Plato's Republic, Elizabeth's ability still allows her to build a strong early empire and set England on a path to any victory early on in the game. Ultimately, I focused on the victory over the Armada in 1588 and the strength of her ministers for Elizabeth's special ability, but I could have chosen from a range of ideas and bonuses. The largest area not taken into consideration with the Elizabeth Gloriana ability is that of the culture surrounding the Elizabethan period. Elizabeth's reign saw the rise to prominence of key cultural figures such as the poet Spenser and the incredibly famous playwright William Shakespeare. A cultural ability would have also fitted in nicely with England's already existing British Museum unique ability. What could this ability look like, and would it make Elizabeth's England a cultural rival to civilizations such as Greece and America? Let me know in the comments. Another area which the Elizabeth Gloriana ability fails to investigate is the importance of religion during her reign. One example of this is the idea Elizabeth was the defender of the Protestant Reformation in Europe for part of her reign. Following the assassination of William Prince of Orange in 1584, not to be confused with William of Orange, the King of England, Scotland and Ireland from 1689 to 1702, Elizabeth became the last major Protestant ruler in Europe. This could reflect in a policy such as increased yields from trade routes with civilizations of the same religion, or perhaps an additional combat bonus when fighting civilizations of an alternative religion. In regards to rise and fall, one possible ability was a decrease in the score Elizabeth required to enter a Dark Age. This would give Elizabeth the ability to avoid Dark Ages with greater ease than other civilizations, and reflect that in reality her reign presented a golden age of a reign preceded by a relative crisis of her siblings and succeeded by the uncertainty of the Stuarts. A reign where England laid the foundations for the empire and established itself as a European power. However, I was wary to incorporate this, as until I have played Rise and Fall I am uncertain on the strength of the policy. In summary, the Elizabeth Gloriana unique ability, coupled with the already existing bonuses of England, would allow the player to build an early empire which could be defended by England's naval strength later in the game. This England would be incredibly powerful on an island's plates map, but arguably may lack direction as to which specific victory to target. Let me know in the comments how you would shape the Elizabethan Civ, and what other alternative leaders you'd like to play as in Civilization 6, or perhaps see another video on. Thank you for watching, please like the video if you've enjoyed and subscribe for more. I'll also leave our Twitter link in the description if you'd like to talk to us on there, and I will see you next time for another video.